Our spotlight artist for this episode is a UAM Senior Art student. Joining us here today, Denver Pettit. Welcome to the show, Denver.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you on. We always love to have artists on our show. We're huge supporters of art around here, and UAM has put out some great artists. Of course, we know Tom Richard. We've met several of his students, and we always like to get a good idea of where they're from and talk a little bit about their work. So, if you could tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
All right, so I'm Denver. I'm from Benton, Arkansas, and I have been painting and drawing basically my whole life.
Nice. So you took to art at a young age.
Yes, I did.
I was the same way. I loved to draw as a kid, and you know, when you have a passion and a talent for something, it's so gratifying to watch it grow and to be able to do more with it and create more with it. What brought you to UAM?
So my dad actually went to school at UAM,
okay.
And I didn't choose any other schools because he told me that this is the place that would definitely pay me to go here.
Gotcha.
So,
hey, that's great. That's a good selling point.
Yes.
For our university out here. And since you've been at the university, obviously majoring in art, tell us some of your experiences. You know, some of the classes that you really enjoyed.
So I started out with taking design, and you know, I liked design okay, but when I really started enjoying the art classes at UAM, I was in drawing 2.
Gotcha.
And in drawing 2, we worked on mostly charcoal, and that was the first time that I had ever worked at a large scale.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a subtractive portrait.
Okay.
And
what's a subtractive portrait?
So you start with a completely black background,
okay.
And you erase until the portrait comes out of the piece.
Wow, that sounds fascinating. It's subtractive portrait. That makes sense now that you explain it.
Mm-hmm.
So you got your first. That's your first introduction to charcoal, or just on a large scale?
First introduction to charcoal.
Nice. Okay.
So then from there, I went into painting, and I just immediately fell in love with painting. I wanted to do more of it outside of class, and I may have done it without permission, but that's okay because it turned out pretty nice.
Well, what type of paint do you like to use? I know they make several different kinds. I know there's watercolor, there's acrylic, there's oils. What type really do you like to work in?
So I'm an oil painter.
Okay. Oil painting takes a lot of patience, doesn't it?
It does.
It's a slower moving medium as far as when you put oil down, you can't just cover it up real quick. You have to give it a little time, don't you?
Yes, you really have to let it breathe before
nice.
You can continue working it up, and it just takes so much time. And the layering process really brings out those super interesting and deep colors. It just it can make you kind of crazy. But
I understand. And the colors, I think, when a person walks into a gallery and they're looking at art, the average person, the colors are the first thing they see. They want to see that pop. They want to see that vibrant color. They want to see that. And the oil paint really helps bring that out. It's eye-catcher. It draws people's attention probably more than some other mediums do.
Right.
Well, it's all fascinating, and we got you in here because you've got your big art show that's fixing to start.
Right.
And now it's going to be opening up on April 9th.
Yes.
Now, where's that going to be at?
So it's going to be at the Glass Block Gallery in the Taylor Library.
Right there in the middle of campus. You can't miss the Taylor Library. It's beautiful. You can pull right up there. The area that will have the art show, you walk right in. You can see all the art displayed right there on the walls. Easy to see.
Yes.
And now that library is going to be open to the public, I guess, all day. I mean, is there a certain time that it closes that you know of?
I think most of the time it closes at 10, but okay. I don't think anyone would want to come out there that late.
And now you're going to be there actually giving a presentation on your show. What day is that going to be?
So that will be April the 15th.
Okay.
And it will be at 5:30 p.m.
April 15th at 5:30 5:30 p.m. Now the 15th, that's going to be a
Wednesday.
So Wednesday, April 15th, 5:30 p.m. You can meet Denver, listen to her talk about her inspiration, talk about all her pieces, ask her questions, compliment her art. It's a great opportunity to meet an artist, kind of dive into their mind a little bit, because when it comes to art, the finished product's just part of it.
Right.
The inspiration that's involved and the method that was used are just as interesting as what the finished product is. And I'm glad that you brought one of your pieces with you today.
I did.
Because we would like you to kind of show it to our viewers. And then if you would, tell us a little bit about it. I look at it and I automatically love the colors. The colors are just great. They're soft, but they're vibrant.
Right. So this is a picture of roly-polies, which basically if you go anywhere outside right now and turn over a rock, you'll find them.
Who didn't love playing with roly-polies as a kid? I know
Right.
I did. You know, I was always turning over rocks looking for roly-polies because they're fascinating little creatures, and you captured them so well. Did you take a picture and then paint off the picture, or did you work off your memory? What did you use for your inspiration?
So I actually found a source for this online.
Okay. All right.
And I took it and I looked at it and I really thought about what colors I was seeing, and then I made sure to bring those out and make them more vibrant than they were in the picture.
Well, you did a great job. Now, what did you paint this on? What am I looking at as far as the canvas here?
So this is just a 9x12 canvas board.
Canvas board, okay. And you get those at the UAM, at the bookstore? Do you have to order them online? Or?
So the art professor, Tom, actually provides them for us.
Wow, look at Tom Richard. He's always taking care of his students, for sure. Well, that's awesome. Now, and this is oil paint, of course. You use
Yes.
oil for that. It's hard to see on the camera. It's so much better to be actually at the art show. You can get a close-up look at this, because I'm sitting here looking at the textures. You don't really get that through the camera. But if you go to the art show, you can see the texture that's involved and kind of get an idea of how she made this come to life, which I think is very interesting. Tell us, is there anything else you want to tell us specifically about this piece?
So, you talked about seeing how it could come to life. It starts with just like a plain wash of color in the shape, and then I take and I just very lightly pull out those values and make it look real.
And that's what you learn as a student.
Right.
At UAM, in the UAM art program. It's how to make two-dimensional look three-dimensional. It's how to shade. It's how to add different types of textures in order to make things really come out and pop and look realistic. And this is a great example of that. You did a fantastic job. And I look forward to coming out to the Taylor Library and seeing more of your work. Now, are most of your work going to be oil paintings, or are there other things that you worked in as well?
Everything that I have there is going to be oil painting.
Nice, nice. Well, I look forward to seeing that. So definitely put it on your calendar. The show starts on April 9th. Denver will be there at 5:30 on April 15th. So be sure to go out there to the Taylor Library, check out her art show, and support our artists that are coming out of our university out here. Thank you for coming in. I've enjoyed visiting with you. It's been my pleasure, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Welcome to Monticello Minute Unscripted. We're here to talk with our friend of the program, Halley Ryburn-Powell. Welcome back, Halley.
Thanks for having me.
Now, I also should say Woman of the Year, Halley Ryburn-Powell. Congratulations on recently being named Woman of the Year. It's a big honor, and you deserve it. It's well deserved.
Thank you very much.
You're here today, which you wear so many hats, and we've had you on the show so many times talking about so many different things. But you're actually here today kind of for your day job. You're general manager of Ryburn Motor Company.
I am.
And having worked there myself, I would say that I was never fully introduced into what it meant to be community-minded and to be part of the community until I joined Ryburn Motor Company, because I see firsthand how much work the dealership does in our community. numerous programs, numerous things that you're involved in, but the one we're going to talk about today that always really struck me as an amazing program that Ryburn Motor Company participates in is the Toyota Match Program. Now, you're the Toyota dealership here in Monticello. You've been a Toyota dealership for many years, and Toyota has a program that helps local nonprofits. Can you tell us a little bit about how it works?
So Toyota Dealer Match Program is a program where the dealer, ourselves, we donate money and they match the money that we donated. They'll match up to $10,000 a year. And so what we typically do is we split that into 4 different sections. We'll do 4 different nonprofit organizations, and we'll donate $25,000 each, and then Toyota matches that, and it comes out to a total of $5,000. So we're able to help different nonprofits in our community, and it's always fun getting to select and find new ones, and it's always been a process, and I've always enjoyed getting to be a part of that since I've been working at Ryburn Motor Company.
Me too. And I was out there before you were general manager. You were still off in college playing softball, but I remember your dad, Benji. He was very adamant. He's like, find nonprofits. We want to do this. We want to help these nonprofits, and we want to use Toyota to do it. But to be, I want to be clear to our viewers. This is a match program. Toyota's not going to give a dime unless Ryburn Motor Company does. So when Ryburn Motor Company donates $2,500 to a nonprofit, then Toyota matches it and makes it $5,000. So it starts here at home. It starts with our local business, our local dealership, seeking out a nonprofit and pledging an amount of money so that Toyota will match it. And can you give us a list of some of the nonprofits in our area that may have benefited? Because so many people support these nonprofits, and I think they'd like to know that.
Yeah, so this past year, I should say, we did The Way Home, which is a men's recovery program. We did Junior Auxiliary. We did Feed the Kids, and I believe we did The Call. Our 4th one.
We featured all those on this show. And I know from when I was out there at the dealership, the VFW, we helped sponsor for our veterans from foreign wars and the American Legion. And also, as Monticello Second Chance for Dogs, our local animal rescue was involved in that, able to give money to these nonprofits. Now, can you kind of tell us the guidelines that a nonprofit needs to fit under in order to be able to be part of this program?
So there's different types of nonprofits, and for Toyota to do the Toyota Match Grant, it has to be a 501c3. It was like they would give you a list of requirements, you apply, you hear back from them whether or not they are going to do it. Sometimes it was a back and forth. I know that there's been a few that we've had to fight for.
I know that.
And we ended up getting them. But
I knew when I was there, your dad had to fight for a couple, and he's hard-headed enough. I knew he was going to win the fight for sure.
But now it's kind of more streamlined. There's a program that we go in online and we submit. Well, now we can look it up, and most 501c3s are registered already.
Okay.
So
you can look up and kind of see what nonprofits in our area would qualify. Oh, that's nice.
But also, so this year we did The Way Home, and it was a newer program, and that's another thing we like to do. We try to help newer programs that are trying to get on their feet.
Of course.
So that was one that we did this year, and they were so new, they weren't in the database yet. So we did have to apply on their behalf. They had to fill out some paperwork on their end, and we were able to get that.
So that's going a step above. You notified them that they would be eligible, and you helped them do what they had to do in order to qualify. That's nice. Of course, it's a brand new year, so the match program's still going on, and this is something that you've been participating in for, probably 2 decades. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So it's a good established program that's done a ton of good right here in our community, right here for nonprofits. I know we talked about a few more when you and I were talking, like Hope Place. Nonprofits that we love and support right here in our community that can use every dime they can get. And we've got a local business in Ryburn Motor Company and its general manager, Halley Ryburn-Powell that are working to make that happen. Now, if somebody had a nonprofit and they were wanting to find out if they could qualify and maybe work with you on this, could they just call up to the dealership?
Yeah, they can definitely call up to the dealership and ask questions. They most likely will need to leave a name and number, and because I'm in and out all
Of
the
course,
time.
yeah.
But
Sarah Leonard still answering the
She
phone
is.
up there. She'll
She
take the message.
Yeah, so just leave a message with her, and I will get back with you, and we will work it out.
Well, that sounds great. And once again, when people talk about local businesses and what they mean to a community, this is a perfect example. This is why we shop local. This is why we support our businesses, because they support us back. And the Toyota Match Program through Ryburn Motor Company is a perfect example of that. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having
And we
me.
look forward to having you next time.
Yes, sir.
We're excited here at Monticello Minute Unscripted to have our sponsors, Monticello Chevrolet GMC, Arkansas Superior Federal Credit Union, and the Woods, a Nightingale community. We thank them for their support and for making this broadcast possible.